My M30 girlfriend, F26, lied to me about her ex and another guy. Hey guys. I really hope to get some advice because I really don't know what to do. Sorry if it is long and also sorry if I have some grammar mistakes, it is not my native language. I got to know my now girlfriend a few months ago and we have been exclusive from the beginning. 3-4 weeks ago we decided to make it official. So when I got to know her I tried to be really upfront about my boundaries. The thing is, that in the beginning, when I asked her what the catch is, because I thought that she was wonderful, she told me that her ex-boyfriend moved in with a friend of her, after their breakup. Also that it's been only 2 months since she last saw her boyfriend and about 9 months when they stopped being together. After that they met up a few times and also slept with each other. I told her that I have to be upfront and in that case I need her to stop talking to him and also block his number, for me to feel safe. I also said, that if it is a problem for her, that we can talk about it, but I want to be honest and that my philosophy normally is to make a clean cut with ex-partners, especially if it's so fresh. I also said that if she sees it different, that I totally respect that, but then we maybe are not compatible. No judgment, nothing. I really just tried to be honest about what I need and where my boundaries are. She told me that she totally understands me and even if she would not, she wanted to respect my boundaries and that she is going to block him. Then there was another guy who she was having a FWB with and she also told me that she wrote him a message that she does not want to meet up anymore. After this, everything went smooth. There was actually just the topic of her friend, let's name him John, who was living with her ex-boyfriend. The thing was that she planned to go to a festival with him and a few friends and to be honest my intuition told me that her ex-boyfriend could have the idea to also be there and try to hang out with his roommate. I still told her that I trust her and even if it makes me uncomfortable, that I want her to go there. In the end she said that she knows that it makes me uncomfortable and that she also realized that she does not really want to hang out with John anymore because of the connection to her ex. We talked a few times about John and in my opinion I thought that friends don't move in with exes and that I think that it is a dick move, both from her ex and John and that I can't shake of the feeling that there will be an aftermath. I also sometimes asked if she is honest that her ex did not write anything or tried to contact her. She always told me that I am insecure and I also started to doubt my intuition. In total I asked her 3-4 times, if someone of her old FWB or her ex wrote her, maybe on IG or SMTH, and she always told me no. About 3 weeks ago, my phone died and I asked her to write my brother. When my brother wrote her back, I was sitting next to her and saw a number which did not have a name and I asked her who it was. She got nervous and told me that it was her FWB, who wrote her 2 days ago. In this case I asked her on this day if she got a message from someone and she said no. When I asked her why she lied to me, she told me that she did not know. I told her that lying is really a no-go for me, but it was not a big deal for me. The last 3-4 weeks I talked to her and apologized a few times about the whole thing with her ex and that I have trust issues because of my last 2 relationships and that it was my fault and that I wanted to work on it. I told her that I really trust my intuition because most of the time I feel that it is right, but that I was wrong and put pressure on something which was just not there. I also tried to give her more time than before because she started to get anxious about losing me. I tried to give her safety and talked to her many times to make her feel good. She always said that she does not know why she is feeling like that and I told her that it does not matter and that I am supporting her. 3 days ago she told me why she was insecure. In reality she never respected my boundaries. She said that she lied to me about her ex and she did not block him because she thought that I was overreacting. Her ex wrote her till 1 month ago, she did not respond and just ignored it. And then she realized that I am right, wrote him that she has a boyfriend and blocked him. She lied to me that he did never try to contact her. She also lied to me about her FWB, who she in reality met in person another time to tell him that she does not want to date him anymore. Which would have been totally okay for me. She also painted me in front of me and also her friends as the jealous guy who is insecure about her ex. But she did not tell her friends that her ex wrote her regularly. She said that she was feeling like shit because I have been right from the beginning and she could not stand seeing me doubting myself and my intuition. So I told her that I need some days to think about it. I really feel deceived and gaslighted. On top of that it feels that I can't trust her anymore. I really would love to have a perspective where I can try it again because I really like her. But I am not sure if this is possible after these lies. And #X200B. So what do you think? Should I dump her or give it another try? Too long did not read. My girlfriend told me that she blocked her ex and told me that I am insecure, and then she revealed that she lied to me a few times. That is really a hard piece. Damn. It gets worse and worse the more you read on. I like that you put up boundaries. I do it myself. But you do not enforce them. What does it matter if you like a girl that steps over your boundaries because of your insecurities and ultimately cheats on you? That hard betrayal and break of trust aside. It is a field of red flags, and in my opinion she doesn't respect you. As you pointed out in the part where she paints you as a insecure boy to her friends. That could be excused. When you lay down the law and she submits. But this betrayal of trust basically during the whole relationship? That is on another level. Be true to yourself. Don't be with someone who is that loyal and doesn't respect you. If it was me, I would move on from her. Dude, she is telling you the minimum. She admits to lying, but I only just did these things. Bullshit. It goes way deeper. 6 months and you found she is a liar. Drop her. She has no respect for your boundaries and that won't change. Adios in the nicest way, I guess. What a red flag. If someone lies from the start, just throw them into the dumpster, where they belong. Trust your gut, bro. My 20M boyfriend has cheated on me, 21F, with his 20F niece. What should I do? I, 21, female, have been dating my current boyfriend, 20, male, for the past 3 years. A year into our relationship, I went through his phone and saw that he had been messaging his niece. His niece is around the same age as him because his half-sister is twice his age. I looked through their messages and found one message that caught my eye was that they had both had said, "I love you," and "I miss you," to each other, which threw me off because I thought that was weird. I kept looking for previous messages that lead to them saying that, but it looked like everything was deleted. I had a gut feeling that something wasn't right, and so I asked him about the messages, but he blew me off saying that they're just really close and talk about deep things with each other and nothing is happening. I was definitely suspicious, but I thought maybe I was just being paranoid, so I let it go and forgot about it. Fast forward 2 years later, we are now living together and our relationship grew really strong that we even started talking about marriage. One day we were casually talking and his niece got brought up in the conversation, so I asked him about his relationship with his niece and said that I already knew what happened between them, so he may as well tell me the truth, but little did he know that I was bluffing the whole time. I actually didn't know anything, but I had a gut feeling something did. At first he looked shocked and said nothing happened, but I kept saying I already know, so he paused and started shaking his head. I told him to just tell me the truth already, and then he said that I would leave him if I knew what really happened. I promised him I wouldn't so he could tell me. He confessed and told me that he slept with her the exact same time I found those messages. I was completely disgusted by him and couldn't believe what he had told me. I found out that they both lost their virginities to each other when they were younger. He also cheated on his last ex-girlfriend with her as well. I also found out that he would message her to sneak in his house into his room and have sex with each other while he was on call with me, and this went on for a whole month before it stopped. He told me the reason why they stopped was because he tried to message her but she ignored him, so they just stopped talking to each other completely. I told him that's disgusting and that you are her uncle and that he's related to her by blood. How can he cheat on me with his niece? It had been a month since I found out and we are still living together. I'm still confused on what I should do. He understands what he did and hates himself for it. He said that it'll never happen again and that I have the right to be with someone else if I choose to leave him, but he still loves me and doesn't want me to leave. He even suggested that I could do whatever I want with someone else and still go back to him and he would wait for me. He genuinely seems guilty of what he did and wants to change. What should I do? Move on, woman running. This is disgusting behavior and you need to leave him. A very complex situation. If I were you, I would cut my losses and end the relationship because 1. He was talking to you on the phone while sleeping with her, which is an outrageous display of disrespect. 2. If you do decide to stay with him, both of you will be in consistent contact with the niece at all family gatherings and you could never trust the two of them. He needs to see a therapist for everything that happened with his niece and to get help with moving past it. I'm sure his family will know everything in due time. However, I personally wouldn't want to be the person to bring it to light. For now, I would look for some other temporary accommodation until you sort it out in your head. Best of luck. Op. What on earth are you still doing with this guy? Did I miss an apocalypse and he's the last guy on the planet? He's not just a cheater, but he's committed incest. Run. Tell his sister and dump him. Guy. M32 made out with me, F23, and it made me very uncomfortable. A guy. Well, man who knew I was in a vulnerable state after being done with an abusive relationship of 4 years started making out with me and doing other things that I did not consent to, but I also did not say no to. In all honesty, I was really tired, out of it. My breakup was not even a month old and I really just wanted a friend. Nothing more, and that was explained, and he said when I told him that he respected that. Every time I think about that night I feel so guilty and uncomfortable because I was in so much shock and I was so tired that I knew what was happening. I was not enjoying it, and I technically did not say to stop or no. Kinda felt like a dummy. Until a few days went by and I was just angry, sad, and uncomfortable. But I also can't be mad because I did not stop it, right? He has blown up my phone since, always asking to hang out, coming to my job for food. I don't respond, so you'd think that would give the hint to leave me alone. I then ended up blocking his number, then he messaged me Snapchat, showed up at my job again for food. I'm not sure how to feel. Update. We did not have sex, and I did tell him that I was not interested and only wanted to be friends, and how I needed to work through what I was going through from my prior relationship before this happened. He told me he respected that. He kept texting me, showing up at my job, and then Snapchatting me after. Yes, I did tell him once again this weekend that I am not interested and to leave me alone. So no, it's not, I slept with him and now I regret it. I felt like crap as it was happening and right after. Didn't just begin to feel like this today when I made this post. Tell him in plain words that you don't want him in your life. That's all you need to do. If he asks questions, you don't need to answer them. If he asks for reasons, you don't have to give them. You can just say, I don't want you in my life, and I don't want to see you at my job. Part of having healthy boundaries is learning to say no. Get a good book on boundaries and start working on establishing them and advocating for yourself. He shouldn't have continued if you weren't participating, but now it's time for you to be assertive. Clearly over text tell him to stay away from you and your job because you aren't interested. Being passive isn't going to help you here. Sometimes you need to speak up, and now is the time. Some people don't get hints. You need to take charge of your safety. Edit. You can be mad even if you didn't stop it. It's okay to feel that way. But in the future you should really try to communicate your discomfort. Some people, even if it's wrong, don't take cues. You need to protect yourself from discomfort by communicating in these situations and fighting your freeze response. Been there. It sucks. It's generally pretty easy to tell if someone's into it, regardless of them not saying no. He knew you weren't into it and he just didn't care. He won't leave you alone because he doesn't care about what you want. He cares about what he wants. Get security at work to block him and block him on SM2. These comments are so concerning. Not saying no is not the same as giving consent. He took advantage of you when you were in a vulnerable state. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Be kind to yourself and do whatever you need to get him out of your life and keep yourself safe. Make sure at least one trusted person in your life knows what is happening in case he gets violent. Boyfriend, 20 male, told me, 20 female. He is not in love with me anymore, still wants to be with me. We've been dating around 1.5 years. Relationship was going amazing in all aspects. We had the relationship everyone admired for how loving we were. We got home from college, long distance, and planned several trips together this summer. He suddenly called me over and broke the news that he doesn't love me anymore. He doesn't know what happened, he can't explain it. This was a complete surprise to me and everyone who knows us. I offered to break up with him, but he insisted he still wanted to be with me. He said he felt like part of him was missing when we were apart. Ever since then, he has been loving and caring. He took care of me when I got a terrible stomach bug and is very affectionate. We've shared incredibly sweet moments together, but when I ask him how he is feeling, he responds that he doesn't know. He still says he doesn't love me anymore. Whenever I bring up breaking up, he cries and tells me he still wants to be with me but understands that he can't give me what I need. I've brought up several factors: fear of being tied down at such a young age, honeymoon phase ending, etc. It could be, and some of them he resonates with, but he is unsure of what exactly happened. I really want to stay with him, but I don't want to be led on or taken emotionally advantage of. Does anyone else have experience with a similar situation? Should I prepare for the worst? Too long did not read. Long-term boyfriend, 20 male. Suddenly told me he doesn't love me anymore, yet he still wants to be with me. He has been putting in the work, but his feelings haven't changed. Is it time to let go? You can't tell him why he should be with you. You can, however, have enough self-respect to remove yourself from a loveless relationship. He's your ex now. Act like it. Let him go. He can't have both. He is with you or not. Just break up with him, ignore his crying and go on with your life. He can find you again when he grows up. Sure he's been faithful while being apart? Ask him, has he ever really loved before? I am not saying he's a narcissist or anything, but he might have a condition like that. You said he is very loving and affectionate towards you, but he simply doesn't feel he loves you. So find out if he feels that way with everyone in his life.